Second transfer function is Gs is equal to 50,000 S by S square plus 505 S plus 2500. Now how would we obtain the Bode plot of this? So what is the very first step? The very first step is to put the given transfer function in a form which is very compatible for doing the Bode plot analysis. So what is the first thing that we'll do is we'll factorize the denominator. When we do the factorization, we find two factors, which is s plus 5 into s plus 500. So s plus 5 into s plus 500 gives me the denominator term s square plus 505s plus 2500. So first thing that we did is factorize this, and now we want this denominator in the form of, which is now in the form of s plus omega n. They are in the form of s plus omega n. We want the transfer function in the form of s by omega n. So what we now do is we take 5 common from this term. We'll take 500 common from this term. So we have taken 5 common. So when we take 5 common from the first term, what do we get? We get s by 5 plus 1. When we take 500 common from the second term, what we get is s by 500 plus 1. So we have taken 5 and 500 common. We'll put it in the numerator. We'll divide it. We'll divide this term with the numerator, and therefore we get the numerator simplified to 20s. So now we have a transfer function. The given transfer function was this. And we have done a rearrangement of this transfer function and obtained a transfer function which is 20s by s plus 5 plus 1 into s by 500 plus 1. So here we have this as omega n1. We'll call this to be omega n2. We have two terms now in the denominator. Okay. So let us identify all the terms which we are now present in the transfer function. So what does 20 indicates? Definitely 20 is the gain of the system. So K is 20 here. What is omega n1? Omega n1 is this, s by 5 plus 1. From this I get omega n1 to be 5. What is omega n2? Is this term, s by omega n2. So 500 is omega n2. Also friends, what is very important noticed here is that there is a 0 at origin. Earlier we had no 0, but now there is a 0 at origin. So there are totally 4 terms which we are going to separately analyze, and that is the reason why we go for Bode plot. Bode plot separates the logarithmic scale that we use in Bode plot, separates each of the term. So we will find Bode plot of 20. We will find Bode plot of 0 at origin. We will find Bode plot of a pole other than at origin. Also we'll find the Bode plot of a pole other than at origin. And then we'll add all these Bode plots and get the final Bode plot. This is the concept behind Bode plot, friends. Okay, so now let us start with the magnitude. Let us find the magnitude for only the gain of the system. So only for the gain 20. When k is 20, what would be the gain of the system? So gain in dB would be 20 log to the base 10 of k. K value is 20. So if I put here k as 20, right, what value do we get when we put k as 20 here? 20 log to the base 10 of 20, right? We get the magnitude in dB to be 26.02, right? We obtain the magnitude to be 26.02, right? Now we'll go for the next. Now we'll find the magnitude of the first pole. The first pole, we'll find the magnitude of the first pole. We know how is the characteristics of the system when we are having a pole other than at origin. So we know that the magnitude remains 0, and then there is a roll-off rate of 20 dB when the frequency takes a value of omega n. So here omega n1 is 5. So up to 5 the system has 0 magnitude. From above omega n1, which is 5 here, we get a roll-off rate of 20. Similarly, there is one more pole at origin. And what is that pole? one more pole at origin, right? You could see here there is one more pole at origin. So how would be the curve? So the curve is again a straight line with zero magnitude and a roll of rate of 20. And what is the value at which we get this roll off rate is omega n2, that is 500. So this is the characteristic curve for a pole other than at origin. This is the characteristic curve for a pole other than at origin. And there is one more term, friends, this is important, is the zero of the system. So if you remember the general analysis that we have done, a zero at origin, how is the characteristic for a zero? For a zero at origin, the characteristic curve is given by this. So we start from minus 20 dB, cross the real axis at 1, and we reach to a magnitude. As frequency increases, this magnitude goes on increasing. Roll off rate remains 20. So now we have all the four magnitudes with us. We know the magnitude of the constant. We know the magnitude of the poles other than at 0. We know the magnitude for the given 0 of the system. So we will now plot each of them separately on the semi-log graph paper. So this is the semi-log graph paper. What we have plotted here, friends, first? We'll now first plot for constant k. What is the magnitude we have obtained for constant k? It is 26.02. So for 26.02, as you see here, right? Definitely this is 0, this is 40, this it must be 20 here. So in between 20 to 40, somewhere we have 26.02. So we have plotted a magnitude, a straight line, because whenever there is k, we get a straight line in the output. So there is a straight line at a magnitude of 26.02. Now we'll plot for a pole. A pole other than at origin, we'll draw for the first pole. What is omega for the first pole? So omega, as we just discussed, let us recall what was omega. What is omega 1 and omega 2? Omega 1 is 5, omega 2 is 500. So this is what you should remember. Omega n1 is 5, omega n2 is 500. So how would be the nature of the curve? So nature of curve for the pole other than at origin would be that the slope of this, that the system remains 0 up to omega n. What is omega n for the first? Is 5. And after 5, the system has a roll off rate of 20 dB per decade. So this is the characteristic for the first pole. Similar would be the characteristic for the pole, for the second pole. Right, so the system remains 0 up to omega n2. And what is omega n2? Is 500. Right, so we know given omega n2 is 500. So up to 500 the system remains 0. Above 500 the system has a roll off rate of 20 dB per decade. Right, now we'll study what is the characteristic of the transfer function with 0 at origin. What would be the characteristics of 0 at origin? So if you just look previously, right, what is the characteristic of the transfer function for 0 at origin? The system starts from minus 20 and then goes towards plus 20 and also higher as we increase the frequency, right? So this is the characteristic of 0 at origin. And where it crosses the 0? It exactly crosses 0 at 1. So 10 100 it reaches 40, at 1000 it reaches, and so on, 60 dB, right? So now with these three magnitudes we have to sketch the final magnitude. We need to have the final magnitude of the system. So how do we now have the final magnitude of the system? So let us have all the three magnitudes so that we can have a proper comparison. So I'm just putting all the three magnitudes for you together. So look at this particular figure, right? Yeah, there's still, I think so, the k of the system missing. Let us still make it properly. Yes, now I have covered all the cases. I have total 4 magnitudes, friends. Right? I have total 4 magnitudes. One is for constant k, another is for the first pole with omega n1 5. Another system is for pole 2, which is having omega n2 as 500, and the fourth curve we have obtained is for 0 at origin, which has the characteristics as shown here. Now we have to club all these four and get the final magnitude. We have to club all these four and get the final magnitude of the system. So how do we plot or combine all these four? Just look at the signals. So we could see that this signal is continuously, this spectrum is continuously changing. This spectrum is continuously constant. And what about these two? So this system is constant up to 5 and this system is constant up to 500. So let us take a time stamp of frequency stamp of 5. So up to a frequency 5, what is the status of all these four systems? So up to 5, this system is constantly at 26.02. This is 0, and whereas this system is having a roll-off rate of 20 dB per decade. Right, so we have to majorly concern with these two. We are majorly concerned with this two. Right, what is the starting magnitude? 26. What is the starting magnitude here? Minus 20. So 26 and minus 20 gives me a magnitude of 6. Right? We have a starting magnitude of 6. I'll enlarge the figure later. So just have a look here. This is very, very important how we are sketching the final magnitude now. So what is the starting magnitude here? 26. It is 0 here. This is 0 here. This is minus 20. So 26 minus 20 means the starting magnitude is 6. Right? Now up to 5, these two are 0. So majorly this first and the last one contribute up to 5. So up to 5, this is continuously increasing with a roll-off rate of 20 dB, and whereas this is continuously constant. At, you could say at 1, right? 10 raised to 0 means at 1, the magnitude of this becomes 0. And this is 26. So definitely at 1, we can surely say that this reaches the value of 26. Right? At 1, 10 raised to 0 means 1. At 1, this magnitude reaches 26.02, whatever we had taken. Because this is continuously increasing. At 10 raised to 0, this becomes 0. This is crossing 0. So at 10 raised to 0, this is crossing 0. This is already 0. This scale is 0, whereas this is 26.02. So when we add all the four, right, here at up to, we could say 10 raised to 1, we reach to a value of 26. Now what happens beyond? What happens beyond this? Beyond this, we say that this magnitude is still increasing, this magnitude remains constant. Right, so what is the magnitude when the system reaches to 10 raised to 10? So it continuously, the magnitude is increasing. Right, this magnitude remains constant. So there is an increase in magnitude up to 5. Up to 5, right? So up to 5, this scale increases by almost 10 units, and that's why from 26 we reach almost closer to 40. If you calculate it, we reach closer to 40. So up to 5 we reach to a magnitude of 40. So this is increasing, this is constant. So when we add the first and the last one, up to 5, both of them are 0. So up to 5 we are going to add 26 to this magnitude which is continuously increasing. So up to 5, we reach almost closer to 40 dB. Now what happens after 5? So after 5, friends, this system has a roll-off rate of 20 dB, right? Whereas this system is still 0 up to 500. So now our next frequency stamp is 5 to 500. So up to 5 to 500, this system is entirely 0, and this is contributing to the first and last. So the last graph, as we see, is increasing with a roll-off rate of 20. This is decreasing with a roll-off rate of 20, and therefore from 5 to 500, the increase and decrease are at uniform rate. So this is decreasing at a rate of 20 dB, this is increasing at a rate of 20 dB, and therefore between 5 to 100 there is no change in the spectrum. The spectrum remains the same. Whatever is the magnitude we had obtained earlier, the same magnitude remains when we consider region between 5 to 500. Now what happens after 500? So after 500, friends, there is one more additional slope here. We had one slope which was decreasing, another slope which was increasing, but other than that we have one more slope which is again decreasing at a rate of 20 dB, and this is reflected here because these two are mutually cancelling each other. The decrease and the increase in the roll off rate are mutually cancelling each other, and therefore this roll off rate is as shown here above 500. So this is the complete magnitude spectrum for the given problem, right? So we have understood the complete magnitude spectrum of the system for the given transfer function. But the Bode plot doesn't end here. What the Bode plot further needs is the phase of the system. So let us look at the phase of the system. So for constant k, the phase of the system is 90 degree. For poles the phase of the system is 0. When we have constant k, the phase of the system is 0. When we have poles other than at origin, right, the phase is governed by this equation. So if we take omega as 0.1, phase is almost 90 degree. If we take omega as omega n, phase is minus 45 degree. When omega takes a value 10 omega n, phase is minus 90 degree. Right? So we'll now plot this phase for omega n1 and omega n2. So just have a look here when we start for omega n1. So 0.1 into omega n1 means it is almost 0.5. So up to 0.5 the phase is 0 as seen here. Up to 0.5 the phase is 0. Now if I put omega n1 here, so at omega n1 it is 45 degree. It means at 5 you could see the phase has reduced down to 45 degree. And omega takes a value 10 omega n, right? So 10 omega n means omega n being 5 means 50. So up to 50 the phase reduces and reaches to a value of minus 90, and above 50 10 omega n nearly you could say the system remains at 90 degree, correct? And similarly using the same analysis we'll do it for omega n2. So 0.1 of omega n, that is 50. So 250 you could see here this output of the phase is 0. When omega takes a value omega n, that is 500, the system reaches to a phase of minus 45 degree. And when omega becomes 10 omega 5000, then the system reaches to 90 degree, right? So this is the phase. Now there is one more phase, friends, which is 0 at origin. So what is the phase for 0 at origin? The phase for 0 at origin is 90 degrees. You could see here we have shown here. So all the phases are shown here. This is the phase for the 0 at origin. This is the phase for poles other than at origin, right? And there's which is 0. So we need not have to consider this. So we have total 3 phases to consider, and considering these 3 phases, now we have to draw the final magnitude spectrum. So you could see here. Now we have to add all these characteristics and draw the final magnitude spectrum. So up to 0.5, if we observe, both the phase spectrums are 0. Only phase spectrum which is active is 90 degree. So up to 0.5, the phase is up to 5, the phase is 90 degree. Now what happens above 0.5? Above 0.5, right, this one of the phase is decreasing, right? And what is the value of the phase when it reaches to 5 is reduced by 45 degree. So from here if we reach to 5, we should reach to a value of 45 degree. So this is 45 degree, right? So this value becomes 45 degree. Further, when it reaches to 50, what is the magnitude? What is the phase? The phase has reduced by completely 90 degrees, is it not? The phase has reduced completely by 90 degrees. So with this particular point, right, that is at 50, you could say the phase has reduced by 90 degrees. So we started by 90 degree. So definitely when we reach omega n is 500, 50, we almost reach to 0. And further, there is still one more roll of rate of phase. There is still a decrease in the phase. right? So that decrease is further reflected here. So when we reach to 5000, we have reached to minus 90 degree, right? So this is the overall phase of the system. And finally, the next step is to combine the magnitude and the phase spectrum onto one graph. You have to draw both of these on a single graph paper, and this magnitude plot and the phase plot done on a single graph Here is the first problem. Sketch the Bode plot for the given transfer function, and the transfer function given is 1 by 2s plus 100. With this transfer function, for this transfer function, we are expected to plot the Bode plot using the magnitude and the phase spectrum derived from this transfer function. So what is the very first step? The very first step for doing the Bode plot is to put the transfer function in a desired form, which is called as the Bode plot form. So we expect this to be in the form of S by omega n. If you remember, we always expect the transfer function to be in the form of S by omega n. So the given transfer function is not in the form of S by omega n. So what is the very first thing we'll do? We'll try to rearrange the equation and get it in the form compatible for Bode plot form for doing the Bode plot. So first thing we do is we take 100 common from the denominator. That gives the term 2s by 100 plus 1. We'll put this 100 in the numerator, which becomes 1 by 100 in the numerator, and what we get in the denominator is s by 50 plus 1. So with this arrangement, we have obtained the desired form of s by omega n. We have obtained the desired form of s by omega n. Now, if we compare this with a standard transfer function, the term in the numerator 1 by 100 definitely is the constant of the system, and that represents k, right? So 1 by 100 is the gain of the system, which we denote as k. So k is 1 by 100. And if we compare the denominator term s by 50 plus 1, so this is a pole other than at origin, is it not? This is indicating that there is a pole, the system has a pole, and where is the pole located? The pole is located at a place which is other than origin. So definitely this 50 is nothing but omega n. So s by omega n plus 1, it is in the form of s by omega n plus 1, where omega n is 50. So now we have identified that we have two terms in the given transfer function. One is the system has a gain 1 by 100, and there is a pole in the system which is located other than at origin. So we need to do analysis for these two parts for the given transfer function. So let us start with the magnitude plot. So step number 2, after we have rearranged the equation and identified what are the different terms in the given transfer function, now we start with the magnitude plot. So as we know, we have a k term and we have a pole other than at origin. So let us find the magnitude first for the gain of the system. So for constant gain, what would be the magnitude of the system? So magnitude would be 20 log 10 of mod of k. We express this in dB. So what is the equation of getting the value in dB? Is 20 log to the base 10 of k. What is k? K is 1 by 100. So when we substitute k as 1 by 100, we obtain the magnitude as minus 40 dB. So the magnitude of the given system for the gain of the system is minus 40 dB. Now let us find the magnitude for a pole other than at origin. So we have just discussed that for a system which is having a pole other than at origin, how is the characteristics of the system? So let me make you go back and quickly revise the 4 cases that we have done and identify which case is being applied here. So friends, when I come back to the summary of the 4 cases, right, which case we are falling into? We are falling into this case. Now we have a pole other than at origin, right? And how is the magnitude of the system? The magnitude is given by this equation. And how is the characteristic, how is the plot of that system? So from this magnitude we understand that the system is 0 up to omega n, and after omega n the system has a roll off rate of 20 dB, right? So this is the gain characteristics, this is the characteristics of Bode plot for a pole at origin, right? So this is the characteristics that we have discussed, derived when we have discussed these 4 cases, right? So this is the characteristics for a pole other than at origin. So if we now apply it to our given problem, let us apply it. So how is the characteristics? How is the magnitude? The magnitude is, right? So the magnitude characteristic curve for the pole other than at origin is, it is 0 up to omega n, and from omega n the roll off rate is 20 dB. So this is the characteristics we have already discussed for a generalized system where there is a pole other than at origin. So this is the characteristic system has a 0 response up to omega n, and from omega n the system has a roll off rate of minus 20 dB. So we have now 2 magnitudes. One magnitude is the magnitude for the constant gain k, and another magnitude curve which is the curve characteristics for pole other than at origin. So we will now plot both these magnitudes on the semi-log scale. So we know how is a semi-log graph paper. So as shown here is a semi-log graph paper. The base is a logarithmic scale of frequency. So what we'll now plot first on this semi-log graph paper, what we'll plot first is the constant k. So what is the magnitude for that constant k? So as we calculated, the magnitude for constant k, the k value which was there in our system is 1 by 100. So the 20 log to the base 10 of 1 by 100, we got the value as minus 40 dB. So I have plotted here a straight line for k at a value of minus 40 dB. So if I substitute k, the k for my given example was 1 by 100. So if I substitute k, I get a simple straight line at magnitude of minus 40 dB. This is the first magnitude plot we have done. Now we'll go to the next part of the magnitude, which is for the second part of the system, which is pole other than at origin. The first part was we did it for the gain. Now we'll plot the magnitude for pole other than at origin. So as just discussed, how is the characteristics of the magnitude plot? So it is 0 up to omega n. And what is omega n? For the given problem, it is 50. Right? How is it 50? You can go back to your transfer function and look at your transfer function. How is the arrangement of your system? You had done the system arrangement in this way. So S by omega n. So what is your omega n? So your omega n is 50. Right? And therefore, when we now look at the system characteristics, right? So how is the magnitude spectrum for a pole other than at origin? So the system has a simple straight line, 0 magnitude up to 50 dB, and then the system has a roll off rate of 20 dB per decade. So this is the magnitude part for the pole other than at origin. This is the magnitude part for the constant k. Now we have to have the overall magnitude of this. So we need to combine both these magnitude spectrums together and then obtain the overall magnitude of the system. So we clearly understand that the system is 0 up to 50, and the system has, whereas the earlier system has minus 40 dB as the magnitude. So when we consider both of them together, it is as if we add both of them together. So overall the system responds up to 50 would be minus 40 dB, because here the magnitude is 0. So this magnitude added with this magnitude, definitely the overall magnitude of the system up to 50 would be minus 40, and that's what is shown here in the third output. So output remains minus 40 dB up to 50, right? So up to 50. So look at the scale carefully. So I've just enlarged it for you. How do you find 50 here? Right? This is 10 raised to 0 means this is 1. 10 raised to 1 means it is 10. So it is 0, 10, 10 square means 100, 1000. So 0, 10, 100, 1000. This is the way the semi-log graph paper is measured for the log scale of frequency. So where is 50? 50 would be definitely between 10 and 100. So each line is of 10 units. So if this is the first line, this would be, if this is 10, the second line would be 20, 30, 40 and 50. So the fifth line would be 50. So up to 50, the magnitude is minus 40 dB. After 50, definitely there is a roll-off rate. Why do we see a roll-off rate? Because that is observed in one of the characteristics, right? So earlier characteristics, here it was continuously 40, whereas in the second there is a roll-off rate, right? And therefore the system also decreases with the same rate. And this is the magnitude plot of the overall system. This is the magnitude plot of the overall system. So up to 50, right? Up to 50, friends, what do we observe? So up to 50, the system has minus 40 dB. From 50, right, the earlier system remains at 40, but the second system has a roll-off rate of 20, and the same is reflected in the final output. So up to 50, the magnitude is 40 dB. From 50, the system has a roll-off rate of 20 dB per decade. So adding these two, definitely we get a spectrum as shown here. So this is the magnitude plot, right, for the given system. Once we complete the magnitude plot, we now move to step number 3. What is step number 3? Is to find the phase, or to do the phase plot. So to do the phase plot, we need to find the phase of both the components present in our given transfer function. So as just discussed, our given transfer function has constant k, as well as there is a pole other than at origin. As just discussed earlier, when we have a constant gain k, right, what is the phase of the system? Phase of the system is 0. So when we have constant gain, the phase of the system is 0. And when we have pole other than at origin, the phase is governed by the equation minus tan inverse omega by omega n. Right? We know that when there is a pole other than at origin, we know the phase of the system is given by minus tan inverse omega by omega n. Now to do this phase plot, we need to plot it for various values of omega. See, if I take omega as 0.1 omega n, right, I get phase value very close to 0. It becomes actually minus 5.7, but since 5.7 is very close to 0, we approximate it to 0. So when omega takes the value 0.1 omega n, phase is 0. When omega takes the value omega n, so this becomes 1. So tan inverse of 1 is 45 degree. And third case, when we take omega as 10 omega n, we get phase, right? Tan inverse of 10 omega n gives me tan inverse of 10. Tan inverse of 10 is very close to 90. And since there's a minus sign here, we get minus 90. Right? So when omega is 0.1 omega n, phase is nearly 0. When omega takes a value omega n, phase is minus 45 degree, and when omega takes the value 10 omega n, the phase is minus 90 degree. So these are the different phases. Now let us plot these phases. Let us plot these phases, right? So what do we mean by 0.1 omega n? What is omega n? Omega n is 50. So 0.1 into 50 would be 5. So omega n is 50. Here is the second point. And omega n being 50, 10 into 50 is 500. So these are the 3 points where we see changes in the phase. So up to 0.1 omega n, phase is almost 0. In the region when omega takes a value omega n, right? Omega takes a value omega n. Omega n is 50 here. So when omega takes a value omega n, your phase has decreased to minus 45 degree. And when omega takes a value 10 omega n, right? So 10 omega n means tan inverse of 10. So tan inverse of 10 is nearly equal to 90 degree. The minus sign here gives us the negative angles. So this is the phase characteristics. So we obtain the magnitude plot, we obtain the phase plot. What we now need to do, friends, is combine this magnitude and phase plot in a single graph. Combine this magnitude and phase plot in a single graph, and here you see is the overall Bode plot. So when the magnitude and phase are plotted together on a common scale of frequency, right, this is called as the Bode plot. So here you could see this is the Bode plot for the magnitude that we had obtained, and this is the phase plot. So both magnitude and phase plot are shown on the same graph with a common base of logarithmic frequency base, and such plot is called as the Bode plot. So this is the Bode plot for the first example. We'll follow the same procedure now and solve one more example on Bode plot. So let us look at one more example. So what is the next example?